Hello, I'm Michael Cupps, General Manager of the IoT Device Experience team at Microsoft. Welcome to the IoT in Action webinar series. During this webinar series, we will focus on 7 key industries, spotlight our partner solutions, and take a look at the digital transformation changing the business landscape each day. Today's webinar is focused on the energy sector. You're going to hear how Microsoft is leading the smart energy and digital transformation initiatives with Azure IoT, and how this technology can help you distribute energy in the most reliable and cost-effective way. Today, we're joined by O.P. Ravi. He is a Principal Program Manager in Microsoft Azure IoT team and leading smart grid and energy efforts. We'll get to hear from Nari Kakiri, Director of Advanced Technology and Digital Transformation at Apergy, a key energy partner working on some amazing IoT solutions. And lastly, we'll get a chance to chat with Microsoft's Clark Ennis from the Microsoft IoT Partner Solutions and Scale team focused on the Solution Accelerator program. So let's get started. First up, we have O.P. Ravi. Welcome, O.P., and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Michael. Happy to be here.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself, your background, and what's your team's charter?
Yes, so my name is O.P. Ravi. This is my 15th year with Microsoft. I'm lucky to have had an experience with multiple teams like Bing, Big Data Group, Machine Learning, Azure, and IoT. My team currently supports IoT Smart Energy effort, which is a part of $5 billion IoT investment announced recently. And I'm excited to be working in this area.
That is great. So there's a lot of confusion around IoT. What is your definition of IoT?
Sure, IoT means a lot of things depending on who you are asking. For some, it's a device provisioning and the auto discovery, because adding millions of devices could be a pain. For some, is real-time monitoring or the storage and the rule engine security. It needs a simplification. We are working to democratize IoT by making it incredibly simple and available to everyone. For me, IoT means not only connect the things easily, but also to monitor in real time so that I can take some action and do some automation. For example, I'm getting my utility bills on monthly basis. How cool it will be if I can see my energy usage and price in real time. So I can control my appliances to save some energy as well as reduce my bills. So yeah, it's a journey. A few years ago, doing a machine learning or AI project used to take months for just a prototype. But now you can use cognitive APIs and build something in a day or so. You can leverage IoT Edge to filter and aggregate data and take some action at the device level. Everyone is at a different stages on this journey, and you can start anytime.
So overall, IoT sounds very exciting. But tell me what market forces and customer challenges the energy industry is facing today.
Yeah, the energy market is going a significant transformation because of penetration of distributed energy resources at every level, behind the meter or the smart grid or anywhere. Growth of renewable sources are happening, like solar, wind are also picking up. The advancement in the storage and the battery technologies. These changes not only increases the grid complexity, but more importantly, changing 2 key fundamentals. The first, electricity can flow in both directions. For example, if you have a solar roof, you can contribute back to the grid in case of excess generation. Secondly, you can store it in a significant quantity. If I have an electric vehicle, can be used for storage if needed. Recently in Australia, Tesla was able to recover the electric outage in 0.14 seconds, which was a record time. In last 40 years, the price of solar cell has dropped 99% from like $70–80 to just 61 cents. China announced to add 25 gigawatt solar energy by end of this year. From customer point of view, the grid complexity is increasing. For example, earlier you can generate the energy whenever you want, but now with using the renewable sources like solar and wind, it depends on Mother Nature. So you need more accurate forecasting model. And maintaining those infrastructure, you need a more efficient solutions.
O.P., how are you seeing IoT reshape the way that energy companies are engaging with their customers?
Microsoft is not an energy or the utility company, but we are working with a lot of energy customers on their different scenarios. For example, grid optimization, electric vehicle emission reduction. But Agder Energy is my favorite story. In Norway, they announced to ban all the gas-powered vehicles in 2025. And that's a great for the environment, but it adding the complexity for the grid owners. It causing the lot of challenges or a lot of extra demand on the grid and energy. And demand increasing need a lot of prediction and the complexity, those things. So we worked with Agder Energy, which is a Norway power company. And the easy solution for them is to add new grid or new infrastructure, but that's an expensive option, millions of dollars and a lot of years to build that thing. We worked together to solve their challenges by using Azure IoT and advanced analytics solution. With that, they are able to manage their supply and demand and predict the load, and also able to use the distributed resources as flexibility for demand response or leverage excess capacity to meet their extra demand. They have already realized a huge saving and delighted customer by using the software instead of building new infrastructure. And now we are working to expand the solution in other regions.
We've talked about the energy market forces and customer challenges, and Agder Energy sounds terrific. Microsoft is not an energy company, so how is Microsoft researching and developing energy solutions to better support these digital transformations?
Yes, you are right. Microsoft is not a utility or energy company, but energy is a key ingredient in Microsoft business. With cloud transformation, our data centers footprint is growing. We are already in 42 regions. Apart from data centers, we have hundreds of buildings worldwide. So efficiently running all those infrastructure is critical. We have already realized millions of saving in utility bills by using IoT solutions and continuously working to improve that. We have a big sustainability commitment also. Microsoft is operating 100% carbon neutral since July 2012. And we are actively working to increase the renewable energy usage. This year, our goal is to be 50% renewable energy, and we are very much on track.
That's very impressive. Now, if I'm a partner or a customer in the energy sector that is thinking about or doing IoT projects, how and where should I engage with Microsoft?
Yeah, we are working with multiple energy customers in various scenarios. So I'm working with one utility company that their top priority is to use smart meter data to detect the outage in real time. So if you are looking to improve time to detect or real-time action, then there might be an opportunity to sync up. Another key scenario is around distributed energy resources, whether it's related to demand response or use them as a flexibility. And as I mentioned, sustainability is a big commitment. So we are working actively to reduce the emission, and happy to share and partner with you if you are looking for those solutions also. All these capabilities are running on Azure, so you will get all the enterprise-grade SLAs, security, compliance. And if any of those things resonate with you, then we should chat. And if not, then we must chat, because we are, as I said, we are in early phases, so we are looking for your feedback and learning from you. Azure IoT platform and the products like IoT Hub, Event Grid, Time Series Insights are there for you to achieve more.
So it really sounds like Microsoft is committed to IoT and digital transformations. And it sounds like we're on an exciting path.
Yes, this is an incredibly exciting time for Azure IoT. As I mentioned earlier, Microsoft recently announced $5 billion investment in Azure IoT. And the primary goal is to help customers and partners in the digital transformation, and also provide a secure IoT platform. And Azure Sphere announcement is a great example of that.
Where should our partners and customers go to learn more?
They can visit the website provided on the slide, or definitely watch the video, which I highly recommend, to see how we help energy customer to achieve their business goals.
This has been wonderful, and I really appreciate your time, OP. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, for having me and for a great discussion.
Look, the energy industry, as we've heard from OP, is going through a huge amount of change right now. Coming up next, I'll chat with our partner Apergy to learn how they are leveraging IoT to address real-time challenges their energy customers are facing, like high costs, low performance, resource constraints, and outsourcing challenges. It is my pleasure to introduce Nari Kikiri, Director of Advanced Technology and Digital Transformation at Apergy. Welcome, Nari, and thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Michael. Glad to be here.
Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and your background?
Yeah, sure. I'm the Director of Digital Transformation at Advanced Technology at Apergy. I have over 18 plus years of technology and industry experience. My prior industry experiences include retail, CPG, manufacturing, and high technology. OP did discuss with you a lot of talk about energy, whether it's fossil fuel energy or renewable energy. I was always excited about energy sector. Just for that, I joined Apergy to drive the energy and digital transformation effort.
That's exciting. Can you tell us more about Apergy?
Yeah, sure. Apergy is a leading onshore-focused equipment and digital technology provider to the oil and gas industry. We have highly engineered products, innovative technologies, and digital solutions. As some of you are aware, oil and gas equipment goes through heavy industrial wear and tear, and standard solution of scheduled maintenance are not viable. We monitor equipment health and recommend condition-based maintenance versus scheduled maintenance. Information visibility using our smart hardware is another issue. We truly make the equipment talk and take the data up to the cloud and convert into useful information to our customer. Again, for the past years, the low oil prices are also pushing our customers to operate more efficiently. So we are improving their operations through automations. Automation also helps resources-constrained organizations to do more with less. Our solutions leverage the entire IoT stack, starting from the sensors to the hardware to the controllers to the gateways. Also penetrate into the cloud, onto tablets and mobile at the hands of our technicians and analysts. To tell you frankly, we are, from an Apergy standpoint, we are going beyond. We would like to address the current carbon footprint issues and fine-tune it so that we are eco-friendly. We are looking also into footprints to broader diversify into other areas. It could be ecological friendly solar and other areas.
That's impressive. Now, what I hear from many customers and their confusion is around IoT. And so for you, what does IoT mean to you and to Apergy?
IoT is not just a technology evolution, but a business evolution. It's not a thing, but everything. It is insight into an action you take. Also, the insight convert into an action, how you act on it. IoT is a connected ecosystem of devices that can be monitored and controlled from anywhere in the world by authorized people. I am using the word authorized because security is very critical for our customers and for us. This hyper-connectivity allows users to get near real-time visibility into their assets. Also, it helps them to make quick decisions and operate more safely and efficiently, also maintaining their sustainability in accordance.
Okay, so you can't have a conversation about IoT without hearing the word disruption and without hearing words like digital transformation, etc. From Apergy's point of view, how have you seen that as being a driver or a leading indicator on what sort of products and services you want to bring to market?
As you said, disruption is very applicable to us and also for our customers. Our solutions from the past 10 years were well received and we had the majority market share. We make real smart devices. We do listen to customers on a day-to-day basis. We reach out to customers. We have broader experience in that area for over 50 years. But we knew that holding our leading position, we would need to keep an eye out for innovation and disruption. So we thought through various models that could disrupt us and also our customers bring value to customers. And one of them actually made so much sense that we knew that we did not do it. If we don't do it, as everyone knows, someone else would do it to us. I think the key for us is we have the domain knowledge, we have the product knowledge. We do listen to our customers. Again, going to your second word, we realized that to disrupt ourselves, we had to transform to a different type of mindset. There was no way to bring forward radically different solutions by following the same old thoughts and processes. So we spent a lot of effort in getting the right people and bringing in fresh perspectives along with new tools, new leadership, and new organization functions to digitally transform ourselves and also help our customer to transition and transform to new digital area.
Earlier, we heard OP talk about customer challenges with real-time data monitoring and lack of actionable insights. How are you helping energy customers address these challenges and getting them started on their digital transformation journey?
We serve our customers in three focus areas in the energy flow. One is the upstream, where you pull oil and gas deep down from the earth. Second is the midstream, where the pipeline grid goes in to the processing plant and also to the end customer. The third one is the downstream, where you deliver oil and gas to the end customer. As a company, our philosophy always been not to build a product, then try to sell it to a customer. We really wanted to listen to our customer and their pain points and get their feedback across all these three streams. During that process for the past 5 years, we identified a compelling use case for midstream. So, because of these challenges, which I highlighted before, and customer pain points in midstream processing, we have introduced the Apergy Spotlight monitoring system. Spotlight is a simple solution from a customer perspective. It makes it really simple for industrial customers to avoid catastrophic breakdowns of their equipment and machinery with an easy, affordable, end-to-end monitoring solution. This monitoring solution also records hundreds and thousands of sensor data across their fleet. It could be 100 assets, it could be 1,000 assets. These assets send data directly to the cloud, where KPIs and actionable insights can be accessed anytime and anywhere around the world. So we have improved efficiency for our customers, increased revenue for our customer, we cut the cost for our customer, also give them satisfaction during their operational excellence.
That's amazing. So tell us, how is this solution built and what are the specific components of the Azure IoT stack?
We spent a considerable amount of time looking at how to address our customer needs. We evaluated many vendors throughout the IoT ecosystem and determined the main objective is to provide solutions and keep devices secure, like Azure Sphere and TPM. Finally, we concluded that Microsoft is our strategic IoT partner. And one particular solution that we have partnered with Microsoft is the Spotlight monitoring system. This solution leverages the following Azure services. The beauty of Microsoft is it gives us a 360-degree view and also a complete IoT stack. That includes IoT SDK on the device, IoT Hub, Power BI, blob storage, device registration on IoT Hub, Redis Cache, single sign-on with Azure AD, SQL Server, Cosmos DB, and Azure Service Fabric.
Can you walk us through a few examples or case studies to show us exactly how this is being used by customers today? And what are some of the real-time challenges that were addressed as a result of using the Winrock Spotlight monitoring system?
Michael, I'll tell you a funny story. While we were talking to customers trying to address their pain point, one of the largest pipeline customer told us if they take all their technicians and analysts and see how many mileage they drive in a year, it's equal to going to Mars and halfway coming back. You can just imagine how much time and effort they are just spending on non-value add effort. They were sending equipment analysts to compressor stations for equipment rounds. not only added safety concerns of being out in the field, but also there is only so many miles you can drive in a day. As a result, they would only inspect assets once every few months. Think about the disruption when our IoT solution gave them data every hour. Actually, we have challenged some of the customers, if they wanted data every 15 seconds, they could do so. In that case, technicians and thousands of these technicians and analysts, they don't need to drive to that location. In another case, the customer is truly not seeing new people joining the mechanical teams required for equipment monitoring who could drive thousands of miles a day. They are now using our patented solution to bring information to their experts and use their time better than to send the expert to the asset physically. The experts are doing more value-added work and letting automation take care of the data capture and transmission. Apergy Monitoring Spotlight, for example, pick up a customer, you think of a grid with 80,000 miles of pipeline and thousands of compressors monitoring that pipeline. The proximity is again an issue. We introduced portable several years back, but even for portable, the technicians has to go there, connect the device, take the meter reading, come home, download to a laptop, and give input or insight to the customer. Now we have a great product called Spotlight, which is 50% less expensive than what they were using before. It's real time, and also analysts pretty much they can sit at workplace and look at the data in a real-time fashion.
Can you describe in more detail how you are using machine learning and artificial intelligence, AI, to help customers improve efficiencies?
Michael, we know in deep, our technicians know a lot about compressor monitoring system. Once they install Spotlight at a compressor location with the magnetic puck, a lot of times the sensor drifts. Human cannot determine that factor. Sensor could drift an angle of 10 degree or 20 degree. We have technicians in just few months back used to go and check the asset every day, every morning. For every asset, think of 1,000 assets, we have several analysts looking into every asset 1,000 times, look at the sensor data and determining that factor and realign the factor, sensor factor. With ML and AI, this is a game changer for us. These sensor factor will be determined automatically so that there are no human intervention required. With detailed information collected over a period of time, Apergy Spotlight system can uncover trends that help customers to determine why certain systems are not performing as they ought. With predictive analysis and machine learning, Apergy Spotlight systems can help identify issues before they become problems. A very good example, as I have highlighted before, is the sensor drift. Some sensors can drift due to processes and operating conditions. Now that we are capturing data every hour, we have enough to feed a ML model that works on various drift detection algorithms. We are applying ML to pick out rod pump failures in advance as well.
Those are awesome examples. So what are the cost savings or return on investment you've seen with this solution? And how does this mobile app save time?
We have several customers installed our product just last December, just 5 months. They're already seeing 20 to 25% of cost savings and operational excellence way than what they expected. We are expecting that synergy to continue further and the ROI to increase further.
How has this changed Apergy's overall business model? And when you're thinking about your business model was going to be, what is your value proposition and what is the value proposition for your customers? And then how has this changed your thinking over the past year?
Our business had to change. Previously, we were in the business of selling hardware, actually sometimes dumb hardware. We took those dumb hardware, one hardware every year, made them smart hardware. And letting the customer take that ownership of using that hardware to their advantage. In some cases, they did not get around to using the hardware to its full potential. That's why the smarter hardware are helping them. Now, our business model is one of partnership. We still sell the hardware. We have the secret sauce of modeling and software on that hardware, but it's more smarter and intelligent, and it's an intelligent hardware for us. Also, these hardwares are coupled with connected software. The customers are providing great input and giving us more complex problems to solve. For example, edge analytics, fog concepts, and embedding their devices, the TPM, so that the device is secure end-to-end. We are getting more business and being asked to provide even more digital transformation. That's really interesting. Initially, several customers were skeptical just 2 or 3 years back. Now they're asking more. They're bringing in more live problems to us to solve. IoT Wave 1, we use the concept of measuring and tracking. IoT Wave 2 is modeling and predictive analytics. Now we are in the cusp of IoT Wave 3, autonomous assets and operation that includes ML and AI. This is truly moving from hardware sales to accelerating their digital transformation.
So Nari, this has been great insight. If someone wants to get in contact with you or the team at Apergy, where should they go?
Partners and customers should reach out to us by visiting our website.
Okay, this is great. Thank you again, Nari.
Thank you for having me here.
So, great information there from Apergy. We've heard about the challenges customers are facing with monitoring, keeping costs down, and delivering results. We heard how Apergy is helping customers address these challenges, support these businesses as they go through a big transformation, specifically providing them with new ways to optimize their operations with the ability to collect and analyze data in real time. They created a highly reliable and secure remote monitoring system that takes full advantage of industrial IoT to help make their customers successful. Next up, we're going to be hearing from Clark Ennis. Clark is on the IoT Partner Strategy Solutions and Scale team here at Microsoft. Welcome, Clark, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. Happy to be here.
All right, let's get started. What do you do and how can we help our partners?
Well, I'm fortunate to be in a really interesting spot here at Microsoft. I'm part of the Strategy Solutions and Scale team, and we're in a partner-facing division. So typically when you think of a Microsoft partner, you think of a PC maker like Dell or Lenovo or HP. And when you buy a PC, you're buying that PC with Windows on it. However, in IoT, we do something fairly similar where we help our partners build their IoT solutions using Microsoft technology.
What are the trends that we're seeing in the IoT space from our customers and our partners?
We've been thinking about this for a few years now, and IoT is extremely challenging. There's a ton of really cool technology out there. So there's lower cost sensors, much more powerful compute on the edge, and really cool cloud services that are available. But on the other hand, there's also the business use cases that we're trying to solve. And so it really takes bringing both of these worlds together to solve for an IoT type solution. And IoT tends to be fairly high upfront costs and high risk, but it's also super high reward as well.
We're here to help our customers and partners accelerate their digital transformation. Have we put a program in place to help them?
Yeah, so it's really in the Microsoft DNA to partner with the ecosystem and our partners. And so previously you heard OP mention Microsoft's $5 billion investment in the IoT space. And so pulling from these investments, we've launched our Solution Accelerator program. And so there's several pieces of our Solution Accelerator program, but a couple of the main components that I'm going to talk about today are our open source reference designs and our investment program where we invest dollars and dev resources to help partners with their solutions.
Interesting. Can you tell me more about the open source reference designs?
Yeah, so it's really all about repeatability and scalability. We work with third-party system integrators to build these vertical and use case specific open source architectures. And so this includes everything from the devices and sensors to the data ingress, analytics, and visualization. So typically when you look at a use case specific IoT solution, the architectural and functional components tend to be fairly common and repeatable. And so this includes the data ingress, the data storage, setting the data up for analytics to really drive that value. And so we're calling this the 80% complete solution. And these are free and open source, right? So this includes not only the code, but also the documentation, device compatibility, and go-to-market playbooks. Anyone can really take them, build on top of them, add to them, do whatever you want with them. It's essentially your code.
Do you have an example of one that you could walk us through? An energy one, for example?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of our open source reference designs is a solution for monitoring energy use in buildings. So generally, as a building operator, you only have visibility into the building energy use of the entire building by reading the meter. They essentially run blind to how energy is being used within the building itself. And so this open source architecture is really about being able to give visibility to building managers to get a sense for how and where energy is being used in their buildings. So this solution includes an a la carte list of sensors that allow you to sub-meter your building. It comprises of the architecture and data flow to collect that data, bring that data into Azure, set it up in a way that it can easily have analytics and machine learning run on top of it, and then also visualize that data. And so we originally deployed this solution at Colorado State University in one of their chemistry buildings where they really didn't know how energy was being used in the building itself. And so they took this 80% complete solution and added their 20% specific Colorado State University IP on top. And so when you look at what is in that 20% IP, it's things like the machine learning models that they would be using. For Colorado State in particular, that comes down to like, what's the classroom scheduling like for the day? Are there students in the building or not? Right? Those are some of the big drivers for predicting how much energy use they'll be having.
Can you tell me about how many reference designs we have in the Solution Accelerator program?
Yeah, so we currently have 7 of these IoT open source reference designs. They're available for free via GitHub. And of these 7, we're currently deploying with 52 partners globally on using these open source reference designs. All right, so some of these partners are simply taking them and using them on their own, while others are actually taking them, rebranding them, and then reselling them as their own solutions.
So if I'm a customer and if I'm a partner, or maybe I'm an ISV, an independent software vendor, what sort of partners are you expecting to be able to take advantage of this exciting program?
Yeah, so in general, it could really be anyone, right? It could be someone in their garage, or it could be a Fortune 500 or Fortune 100 company. I think we're going to end up seeing a lot of activity in the SMB space, where customers are thinking about building their own IoT solution, but they really want to fast forward their development by leveraging one of these open source solutions to kickstart that.
Okay, so Clark, it sounds to me like you work with a lot of companies who are just starting their IoT journey. What advice would you give them around how to really get a tight scope of what an Apergy type solution looks like? How do you get started? What sort of skills do they need to look at, and really how to accelerate that time to market or time to value?
You really need to start exploring, starting at the business problem you're trying to solve, right? So don't get lost in the weeds of the cool technologies that are out there, because there's just so many of them. You really need to get the right people in the room in your organization, start with the business problem, envision, and then start looking at how do we apply the appropriate technology to solve these problems.
Wonderful. Can you also tell me a little bit about the IoT Accelerate investment program?
So along with our open source reference designs, we also have an investment program, which is really meant to help alleviate the upfront costs and risk associated with IoT projects. So this is really a great example of the $5 billion in investments that Microsoft recently announced. And it's not only a blanket investment in the solutions or in the development, but we're really pairing our partners up with experienced system integrators for development support. And over the past 10 months, we've already helped to fund over millions of dollars in over 80 projects. Right? We're really trying to help digitally transform our partners and customers and in the end drive Azure consumption.
Well, It looks like there's a great program that we've got out there. How do people get started and where can they find the information?
Yeah, so I'd really encourage our partners to contact one of your Microsoft representatives or access the Device Partner Center. There will be a link at the end of this webinar. We're really enabling system integrators to develop these IoT solutions, which include, again, the code, documentation, and go-to-market material.
Thanks for being here today, Clark.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Michael. Happy to be here.
Well, that concludes today's Energy webinar. Today you've heard from O.P. Ravi from Microsoft, who gave us great insight into the transforming issues happening in and around the energy industry. We were fortunate to have Nari Kikiri from Apergy join us, a great IoT partner. You can see just how much value partners can create by building IoT solutions on Microsoft platforms, accelerating that time to market, that time to value, and really helping us to understand what is the opportunity that exists in the energy space. Finally, we heard from Clark Ennis, who discussed the IoT Solution Accelerator Program that is available to assist both customers and partners in accelerating their IoT projects with pre-built, open reference design architectures, as well as potential investment opportunities for partners to go and build those repeatable solutions. We hope this industry-focused webinar was of value to you. We have several upcoming webinars on agriculture, smart buildings, and more. Be sure to visit our website and view past webinars on demand. Thanks so much for joining us.